Hey there, Monday, January 13th, 2025. We're in the new year. I'm back at my perch outside of Philadelphia. What a game here yesterday. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about some coaching firings as we have a busy time coming ahead in the business of sports, business of football. Give you these daily doses. I didn't go to the game, but I saw a lot of friends from Green Bay this weekend, and I ran into some former players. I know there are a lot of Packer fans that follow me and do this. I think it's always tough to lose, Packer Nation, but it's a young ascending roster. It is the youngest team in the league. It made incredible free agent signings last year with two Pro Bowlers, Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney. A lot of cap room because the Aaron Rodgers money is coming off the books finally. And I believe in their scouting, being around it so more. I think they're fine. Now, yes, did they have problems with Philadelphia, with Detroit, with Minnesota this year? Yeah. So maybe they're the fourth or fifth best team, or sixth, whatever it is, in the NFC out of 15 teams. But I think the future's bright. And I know it's tough because everyone's going to jump to conclusions, get rid of LaFleur, get rid of Jordan Love. That's not happening. It's not happening. Get Devontae Adams. Not happening. So it's a time where you have to step back, and it's easier for me having been around it. I'm heavily invested in it, as my sons are still big fans, but I think we realize, it's hard to win at the highest level. So now I'll turn my attention to the Eagles, kind of my second team, having married into a Philadelphia family and lived here and consulted for that team for a couple years. So I know everyone. I know Howie Roseman quite well. I've helped out that team. And I think they're the most talented roster in the league. And I know all the people thinking about Detroit and Minnesota. But I like the Eagles. And I picked the Eagles against the Ravens in the Super Bowl. We'll see how that goes. Okay, a couple firings. Just news in that Mike McCarthy will not return to Dallas, speaking of a former Packer. Mike, I think, surveyed the scene, and Jerry Jones operated the way he always does, wait till the end, see what happens. And McCarthy said no. Now, there's reports about length being an issue. Maybe Jerry Jones said, I'll have you back, but only a year, or only a year guaranteed, or maybe even 2 years. McCarthy said no. And he obviously surveyed the scene out there where he knew that he had options if he turned down the Cowboys. There's reports the Bears are interested. There's a report the Saints are interested. So McCarthy will have options at least for interviews, and he says goodbye, or there's a mutual goodbye with the Dallas Cowboys after 5 years there. Mike McCarthy moves on. The other firing and hiring that I think is interesting is New England, the one and done. We talked about that last week. They hired Mike Vrabel. Big press conference today. Everyone's happy. Mike Vrabel's a former Patriot. Sounds great. Is anyone wondering about the Rooney Rule here? The Rooney Rule is you have to interview minority coaches and you have to, quote, take them seriously. Well, they interviewed minority coaches. They just fired a minority coach after 1 year, one and done. And it doesn't seem like anything was going to stop them from hiring Mike Vrabel. Aaron Glenn, the much in-demand defensive coordinator from the Lions, said, no, I'm not going there. He knew any interview besides Vrabel was not going to be a real interview. And thus the problem with the Rooney Rule. What do you do when an owner decision maker has it hell or high water is getting this one person? There's no way in God's green earth they're not signing that person. Well, that person for the Patriots was Mike Vrabel. And Aaron Glenn signaled to all of us, these other interviews are just to get rid of the requirement. So I don't know how you answer that with the Rooney Rule, but to believe that the Patriots complied fully with the Rooney Rule, hard to believe in this situation with Mike Vrabel. Good coach, probably do well. Patriots fans are happy. But don't tell me there was serious compliance with the Rooney Rule here. All right. Have a great day. We'll be busy. Talk to you later this week.